up, Brawlers? Bakudad here, one half of the Baku Boys, here with part 2 of my awesome Shields of Vestroia deck, TCG deck unboxing. So, small disclaimer for the first video, after I did some minor reviewing, the character card and the Bakugan didn't correlate with the character card. The character card that came with the deck was the right one. The Bakugan that came with it was the wrong one. Unfortunately, this is a minor problem that Spin Master has. I'm not really going to fault him for it. I still love the product. It's a great product. It's such a great game. Honestly, the card game is great. The toy battle game is just fun. I mean, Bakugan in general is great. I'm so glad my son got me into it. I'm not as well versed in Bakugan as a lot of the other fans and my son is, because I've only learned about Bakugan since technically Christmas, but I still love everything that I've learned about the card game and the product. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get set up at the awesome game table, and we'll open up this one and see all the awesome stuff that's in here. Catch you guys in a moment. All right, and here we are back at the table, ready to open up this Shields of Vestroia starter deck with the Enoch Ultra instead of the Batrix Ultra. So, let's start opening this box up. Had such a fun time opening that last box for the first video. Wound up going to work a little bit after, and then I was like, you know what, I want to unbox that other one later on after getting home and do the second part of the video. Alright, there's the Enoch Ultra still in its packaging. Start getting all my recycle put together. Alright. Pull these out, put these to the side. Let's take a look at the Baku cores that we get with this. Looks like we get 4 Green Fists, 1 Magic Shield, and 1 Flame Fist. Well, for the Magic Shield, we get a plus 400B and minus 2 on Baku gear cost. One of the Green Fists gives us plus 1 damage and minus 2 on Baku gear cost. A plus 1 damage Green Fist. Plus 100B and plus 3 damage for Pyrus and Chaos Bakugan. That's always good. Plus 5 damage to fusions. And then this Baku gear is a plus 8 to fusions. Alright, now let's go ahead and get the Bakugan out of the packaging. Ooh, this guy wants to spring open already. We'll take a look at you in just a moment. Now to get this Enoch Ultra out of here. There we go. A Darkest Enoch Ultra. Looking awesome. Okay, so let's fold him up. I always love learning how to fold these up after they pop open. All right, now let's make sure that the character cards actually match up this time. Okay, so we've got the Enoch Ultra with 700B and 4 damage, carrying that magic shield and the green fist. We already got to see that. Okay, and this is Kloptor and Apollyon with a flame fist and a green shield, 600B, 2 damage, and costs 6 to fuse. Let's see. Kloptor and Apollyon. Yep, that is definitely the right Bakugan for the character card. After the fusion, it's 1200B with 6 damage. It actually looks really cool with that shield. And it's holding that cool drill lance. Let's fold this guy back up. That's cool. I like seeing that fusion with Kloptor. And then for the last one, we have Pegatrix and Gelator with 500B, 4 damage, and 4 to fuse. And it comes with 2 Green Fist Baku cores. And after the fusion, it's 1000B with 5 damage. And if it lands on a Green Fist, it gets 5 more damage. Now let's see this Pegatrix and Gelator fusion. Oh, that looks really cool. I like the way that Pegatrix and Gelator looks. All right. Well, now that we've looked at the Bakugan and their character cards, let's go ahead and break the seal on this deck. Take a look at all the awesome cards it includes. Yeah, the instructions on how to fold up Enoch Ultra. I'm actually real happy that all the character cards correlated with the Bakugan this time around. Okay, don't need the rule book. All right, come on, seal. Here we go. All right, there we go. Get all my recycle together. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at all these awesome cards for this deck. So, we've got, looks like 2 copies of Bakugan Overdrive for 5 energy, minus 1000 B, and Trifecta. If your Bakugan have 3 or more Baku cores attached to them, draw 2 cards. That's pretty good. Okay. Shield Breaker for 3 energy. This turn, your Bakugan gets Victory Condition plus 6 damage and ignore armor rating on opposing players' cards this turn. That's a decent card. I like the ability on that. Righteous Strike for 3 energy, plus 6 damage and draw a card. Trifecta, if your Bakugan have 3 or more Baku cores attached to them, you may return this to your hand. Oh, wow. Baku Fetch, Ventus Chaos card for 2 energy, plus 4 damage, and draw 1 card for each Baku core attached to that Bakugan. 5 energy for Fast Fusion Ray, 1000 B. If you energize this from your hand, you may pay 2 energy to draw 1 card. Baku Roll, attach 2 Baku cores from the field to an open Bakugan. Oh, that's cool. There's 2 copies of that. Eviscerator Strike, 1 energy, minus 300 B. If you play this on a Fusion Bakugan, minus 600 B instead. That works really well against your opponent, especially if your opponent's playing some fusions. Scarf Strike for 2 energy, plus 500 B. Energy Funnel for 3 energy, plus 600 B. If you play this on a Fusion Bakugan, you may re-roll it. There's another copy of the Fast Fusion Ray. We already saw that one. Okay. We've got Darkest Dread for 2 energy, plus 100 B, an additional plus 1 to damage, and draw 1 card. 2 copies of Monstrous Surge, 4 energy, to give one of your Bakugan plus 800 B. Sync, you may reveal a card in your hand that costs 2 energy for an additional 4 damage. That's pretty good. 2 copies of Crushing Shadows for 1 energy, plus 200 B, and plus 1 Frost Strike. Creeping Darkus, 4 energy, stop a non-fusion Bakugan. If you do, choose a player to discard a card. 1 copy of that. Lord Bracken for 3 energy. When you fuse a Bakugan, draw 2 cards. That's not a bad hero card. Throw Anything for 2 energy, plus 400 B, and Shadow Strike. 2 copies of that. Ooh, another copy of Darkest Dread. 2 copies of Divine Wall for 1 energy. Stop a Chaos or Fusion Bakugan. 2 copies of Stand Strong, 4 energy. Stop a non-fusion Bakugan. If you do, you may put this into your hand. Another copy of Creeping Darkus. Okay, 2 copies of Energy Vortex. Baku Gear for 3 energy. When you play this, attach a Green Fist Baku Core from the field to an open Bakugan. Plus 300 B. No damage from the Energy Vortex. another Baku gear for the Light Burst Cannons, 4 energy. When this flips from your deck, you may pay 2 energy to put this into your hand. That's actually not bad, and it gives the attached Bakugan plus 300B and an additional 3 damage. Okay. Fusion Confusion for 1 energy. Stop a Ventus or Fusion Bakugan. 2 copies of that. Ooh, this copy, this deck has a Baku Evo in it for Maximus Enoch Ultra. For 5 energy, you can go ahead and evolve your Enoch Ultra to Maximus Enoch Ultra, giving it 1400 B and 5 damage. This gets plus 10 damage if you have a Fusion Bakugan on your team. That's pretty good. Rainbow Sparkle Cannon of Doom for 5 energy, a Baku gear that gives your attached Bakugan 400 B and 4 additional damage. And the last card in the deck, we have 2 copies of Darkest Night for 2 energy. It's a Baku gear. If another card causes you to reveal this from your hand, give a Bakugan plus 2 damage. The attached Bakugan gets plus 100 B and 2 additional damage. All right. Well, that about wraps it up for part 2 of this awesome Bakugan Pro deck unboxing. If you did like that video, be sure to like, subscribe, and please share this content around with your friends and family. Hopefully you've got a friend who's a friend or family member who actually likes Bakugan and they would like to learn more about the products. Yeah, the Bakugan community really needs as much support. We all love this game, and we just want to make sure that this game gets out. We're waiting for booster packs and decks to be rolling to LGSs, hopefully soon. But yeah, the more continued support we get for this game, the more it's going to grow. Anyways, this is Bakudad again. And like I said, please like, share, subscribe, and follow for more content as we release Bakugan content and future Beyblade content. This is Bakudad rolling out, and Bakugan Brawl!